Good morning. I'm Mia Monroe, a monitor with the Western Monarch program sponsored by Xerces and Nature in the City. And we are at a historic overwintering site, the Fort Mason Garden, right at the edge of San Francisco Bay. And this historic site has maybe been seeing monarchs migrating through and resting for maybe thousands of years. It's right at the edge of the bay, right where monarchs migrate through to maybe go to Santa Cruz or Monterey, where we think the big clusters have always been. But we know they've been going by here because the Rurik, a Russian scientific expedition that anchored in San Francisco Bay in 1816, brought to the world's attention monarch butterflies when they saw one in October in the Presidio in 1816. So we know monarchs have been here for a long time. But what's amazing to me is this garden kind of says it all about the importance of nature in the city, because behind me there's a eucalyptus grove and it's been sheltering monarchs for years, and we're in a wonderful community garden full of flowers like the cosmos and marigolds and zinnias behind me, and people nourish themselves by the vegetables they grow here. They are uplifted with hummingbirds, monarch butterflies. We even saw a coyote on one of our visits a couple of years ago. So to me, that's the value of these green spaces that Nature in the City is working to protect and enhance and share with us, because they continue to nurture the monarch butterfly on its migration, or if they need to stay here through the winter, and they nurture people through the wonder and beauty of nature, just being outdoors and connecting, all right next to the bay. But the other things that people might think about when they see a monarch butterfly, the big lesson for me right now is their amazing resilience, how they are adapting to climate change by finding cool places during heat domes to rest. We had two shocking heat domes in 2024, one in July during the breeding time, and the ones that survived were able to tuck into cool riparian corridors and wait out the heat. And then we had another heat dome in September when they were migrating, and places like this might have been where they waited for quite a while until it was cool enough to continue migrating. Anyway, during climate change, we're learning how resilient they are, how they're sensing where it is to hang out, when to move. They're taking advantage of recent warm weather to coast down to the overwintering sites right now. And they are back in our gardens because we are all busy planting milkweed, so they didn't give up on us. We're seeing their resilience to find backyard gardens. Not in San Francisco, because milkweed's not native here, but throughout the East Bay, all of around San Francisco Bay, all the way down to San Diego, they're finding the milkweed that we're offering them. The other thing that's amazing about them is, I hate to bring up the eucalyptus trees, but when early on the forests of the coast were logged in the 17 and 1800s, and eucalyptus was planted as a substitute, it turned out to work well for monarchs. So they shifted over, and now most of our clusters are in eucalyptus, but we're often trying to transition those to native trees like pines and cypress, redwoods, Douglas fir, etc. So we're trying these big efforts to try to save the sites, enhance the sites, and make them healthier for the world. So monarchs to me are this amazing symbol of hope. And on Dios de los Muertos right now, I just take that message of hope, connecting to the people in our past. Someone dear to me is Barbara Deutsch. I bring people and memories like that of how they've inspired me to be a constant, vigilant, active gardener for our world, especially on a day like this, and monarchs offer that kind of hope. And then, Amber, the final thing I'd like to share is just how much we don't know. Community science, it's the ultimate democratic thing. It makes us all competent observers. We get out with our friends, the community part. We're all volunteers. We learn how to observe. We learn how to be curious. We learn how to turn around and share and contribute to the body of knowledge. No matter what's going on in the world, we each can do that. And every time we get out and visit, we can observe, we can be curious, we can turn around and share, even if it's a conversation, iNaturalist, attending a program. So to me, community science is so important. It makes us active participants in the world. And I'm really heartened by how many people are embracing that, because we also don't know everything. Matter of fact, we don't know too much, so let's be curious.